Have you ever felt a deep restlessness inside? That strange weight on your chest, the quiet storm in your mind, the endless questions that don't let you sleep peacefully at night? Many people don't even realize that the unease they carry does not come from the big troubles they face, but from the small hidden habits and thoughts that silently steal their peace. There are certain patterns, certain emotions, certain ways of living that quietly eat away at your inner calm. And today, we will walk together through those hidden struggles, one by one, and gently open the doors that lead back to peace. One of the most silent but heaviest thieves of peace is regret. That bitter whisper of, "I shouldn't have done that. I should have been better. I should have chosen differently." When you keep pressing your heart under the weight of past mistakes, when you refuse to forgive yourself, the regret does not go away. It grows roots. It settles inside you like a hidden stone, heavy and sharp, hurting you from within. You smile on the outside, but inside, that regret keeps whispering, keeps reminding you of what you think you should have been. And the truth is, every human being makes mistakes. That's how life works. No one walks through this world without falling, without breaking, without hurting themselves or others. If you carry regret forever, you will always be chained to the past, unable to breathe in the present. Learn to forgive yourself. Say it gently. Yes, I made mistakes, but I am human. I was learning. I am still learning. Feel that forgiveness in your heart, because when you forgive yourself, you give your soul permission to breathe again. Another hidden storm that destroys inner peace is the company of toxic people. Sometimes they are friends, sometimes family, sometimes people who claim to love us. But their words pierce, their behavior drains, their presence leaves you smaller, weaker, less confident. They remind you of your failures. They laugh at your dreams. They put weight on your spirit until you feel like you are never enough. Being around such people is like breathing smoke. You may survive for a while, but slowly, quietly, it destroys your inner world. You have the right to step away. You have the right to protect your heart. Not everyone deserves access to your soul. Peace grows when you surround yourself with those who see your worth, who encourage your growth, who remind you that you are capable of more than you believe. Sometimes walking away is not cruelty. It is self-respect. And then comes the endless cycle of overthinking, the habit of replaying every conversation, every decision, every little detail in your mind, again and again. What if I had said this? What if I had done that? What if I fail tomorrow? What if I'm not good enough? These thoughts don't let the mind rest. They create noise, and in that noise, peace disappears. Overthinking is like carrying heavy bags you don't need, bags filled with fears, doubts, imaginary disasters. Your brain gets tired, your heart gets anxious, and your decisions become weak. What if you could simply put those bags down? What if you told yourself, it's okay not to know the future. It's okay not to control everything. I will handle life as it comes. Peace is not in controlling every outcome. It's in trusting yourself enough to know you will survive whatever comes your way. Another quiet destroyer of peace is comparison. The moment you start looking at someone else's life, their success, their beauty, their achievements, and measure your own worth against theirs, you lose your joy. On social media, everything looks brighter, shinier, more perfect than real life. And you think, look at them. They're so happy, so rich, so successful. Why not me? But the truth is, every soul has its own journey, its own timing, its own struggles, hidden behind the pictures. You cannot walk their path, and they cannot walk yours. When you compare, you shrink your own blessings, your own progress, your own light. Instead, compare yourself only with who you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I kinder than I was last year? Am I stronger than I was last month? Am I wiser than I was yesterday? That is the only comparison that matters, because growth is not about being better than others. It is about being better than your past self. And let us not forget another silent thief of peace, the inability to set boundaries. When you let everyone step into your life, when you give away your energy to please others, when you sacrifice your own needs to keep everyone else comfortable, you burn out. Your heart feels empty. You begin to resent others and even yourself. Saying no does not make you selfish. Saying no makes you whole. You have the right to protect your time, your energy, your dreams. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to your own peace. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors that you control. You decide who comes in, how far they go, and when it's time to close the door. Then comes the trap of being busy without purpose, running from task to task, drowning yourself in activities, staying constantly occupied, yet, at the end of the day, feeling empty. Not all busyness is progress. Not all work leads to peace. When you fill your life with things that have no meaning, no value, no connection to your soul, your mind feels scattered. True peace comes not from doing more, but from doing what matters. Even if it's just one small, meaningful thing a day, helping someone, creating something, learning something, those are the actions that feed the soul. And perhaps one of the deepest wounds we inflict upon ourselves is negative self-talk, the cruel way we speak to our own hearts. You're not good enough. You're a failure. You're weak. You're unlucky. You're nothing. We whisper these words to ourselves so often that the mind begins to believe them. And when the mind believes them, they become your reality. But imagine if you spoke to yourself the way you would to a dear friend. Imagine telling yourself, you are trying, you are learning, you are valuable, you are loved. Words are seeds. The words you plant in your own heart will grow. If you keep planting poison, your peace will die. If you plant kindness, encouragement, and love, you will blossom inside. These are only some of the hidden thieves of peace. And as we continue this journey, we will go even deeper into the other silent patterns that quietly rob your mind of calmness, and how you can gently break free from them. Because true peace is not given, it is created, protected, and nurtured